Okay, so obviously we need to retire permanently the word anti-Semitism, anti-Semitic. It's been rendered utterly meaningless by the Zionists co-opting it to mean any criticism of Israel or Zionism or the Zionist project. And that's ramped up to the point now where anybody criticizing somebody's pro-Israel stance is automatically anti-Semitic. And that's so obviously not true, because for so many reasons, right? It's not a criticism of Jewishness. It's not even related to Jewishness. The Zionist project is a political, systemic movement, a white supremacist, genocidal, colonial project that was invented by atheist Jews, right? And I have no doubt when we refer to atheist Jews, I've had a lot of people pointing out to me that they see a contradiction between Stephen Fry's very vocal atheism and his now professed Judaism in his Christmas message that I referred back to in my last video a couple ago. But actually that's not a contradiction, because Jewishness is an ethnicity rather than a religion, or rather it's both. But my point here is that I absolutely guarantee, I would put my mortgage on the fact that Stephen Fry has taken infinitely more criticism, pain, and victimization for being gay and or being atheist than he ever has for being Jewish. And this is where the disingenuousness of his Christmas message comes in, is that suddenly he's now a victim of his Jewishness, or for being Jewish. There's an absurdity in that, sitting in his upper middle class bubble in London, professing to be victimized. It's ludicrous, and completely ignores that correlation with the behavior of the Zionists who co-opted the anti-Semitic term. And if you look at Netanyahu's cabinet, the majority of those Israelis that you see on TV every day justifying their genocide, you'll notice that there's nothing Semitic about them at all. They are Caucasian Europeans in occupying the Holy Land and occupying in Palestine. So in every way you look at it, this phrase anti-Semitic no longer makes sense. It needs to be deconstructed into its meaningful parts. Anti-Zionist, anti-Israeli, anti-Jewish. Anti-Jewish is bad. You should not be anti-Jewish, because there's nothing inherently wrong with Judaism or people who are Jewish. In fact, the contribution to civilization over the years by Jewish people has been almost immeasurable, right? And incredible people who have, we must recognize, suffered greatly, not just in the Holocaust, but in many pogroms and other repressions over the centuries. But to turn around and use the Holocaust as an excuse to create a victimhood that allows them to behave in exactly the same way as they were persecuted during the Second World War and before on the Palestinians is the height of hypocrisy. It's the height of evil. And so let's not even use anti-Semitic anymore and simply laugh at people who accuse those of us standing against the Zionist occupation as anti-Semitic. I get called that every day, and it's weird, really weird to me, how my video about Stephen Fry has brought all the white supremacists out of the woodwork. I've got all these English guys going, well, that made me like Stephen Fry even more. To those guys, I mean, obviously I'm blocking them as they come up. I've got no time for this bullshit. But it has kind of surprised me. And it shows you the very, very clear link between white supremacy, capitalism, patriarchy, and the Zionist project. They are all the same thing. And if you can't recognize that, if you can't see past that, you have a ton of work to do in your deconstruction of your whiteness. I'm telling you that. Israel is a racist state. Zionists are racists. There's no getting away from that. They are white supremacist racist. And don't let them point at the fact that there are black Ethiopian Jews living there. Because what they won't tell you is that on arrival, they sterilize most of the women without even telling them, because they are not racially aware, I'm looking for the right word here. But please don't miss the connection between white supremacy, Israel, Zionists. It's clear as day once you see it.